Hey guys, what's up? How's life? How you doing? What's crack-a-lackin'? How's your August? I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, so disclaimer, this video is gonna be very, very long. If you can hear my fan, very sorry. It's hot. My bed is not made because I'm lazy, so I just threw everything on the floor back there so you can't see it. I promise I'll make it after this video. So yeah, here we go. I don't know. So as you can see by the title, it is the top 10 best books, I think, or something along those lines. And so yeah, I have read pretty much all of these, well, all of them, I should say. So yeah, let's get a crack-a-lackin', shall we? The first one up is what's it called? Girl Online series by Zoe Sugg, aka Zoella. She's a YouTuber on YouTube. Obviously that's why she's a YouTuber. Megan, shut up. Anyway, it's really good and I love her. She's like one of my favorite YouTubers ever. So in this video, since I suck at descriptions, as you will see, I'm gonna read you the descriptions online. Thank you, internet. So you get a better understanding of what the books are about. First up is Girl Online. Since there are 3 books in the series, I'm going to read you the description to the first one to intrigue you. So here we go. It says, under the alias Girl Online, Penny blogs her hidden feelings about friendship, boys, high school drama, her crazy family, and the panic attacks that have begun to take over her life. When things go from bad to worse at school, her parents accept an opportunity to whisk the family away for Christmas in New York. There, Penny meets Noah, a gorgeous guitar-strumming American, and suddenly she is falling in love and capturing every moment she spends with Brooklyn Boy on her blog. But Noah has a secret too. One that threatens to ruin Penny's cover and her closest friendship forever. Oh my god, you guys! Doesn't that sound exhilarating? Did you like my dramatic reading? I know, it was awesome. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. So, that was the first one. The next one is Binge by Tyler Oakley, because he's just amazing and awesome. I should probably make sure my camera's recording. Hold on, let me see. When are you? Hey guys. Okay, sorry. My camera just randomly shut off. So let's try that again. So Binge, read the description. Here we go. Pop culture phenomenon, social rights activist. I can't talk anyway. Advocate. There we go. And the most potent LGBTQ plus voice on YouTube, Tyler Oakley brings you Binge, his New York Times best-selling collection with witty, personal, and hilarious essays. So yeah, that's Binge for you. It's super, super good, and you should go read it because it's good. Next on our list is I Was Here by Gail Forman. Oh, good lord, I absolutely love that book so much. I just love Gail Forman so much. So here is the description of that. When her best friend Meg drinks a bottle of industrial strength cleaner alone in a motel room, Cody is understandably shocked and devastated. She and Meg shared everything. So how was there no warning? But when Cody travels to Meg's college town to pack up the belongings left behind, she discovers that there's a lot that Meg never told her about her old roommates, the sort of people Cody never would have met in her dead-end small town in Washington, about Ben McAllister, the boy with the guitar and a sneer, and some secrets of his own about the encrypted computer file that Cody cannot open. Until she does, and suddenly everything Cody thought she knew about her best friend's death gets thrown into question. I absolutely loved that book so much. I loved that it was a different perspective, I guess. Like, it showed you what a best friend could potentially go through when their best friend commits suicide, and then like just like the secret life, and I don't know. I just really loved the book. Okay, go read it. Next up is 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher, and I know that it's really popular in the last couple of years, and I recently just read it right before the first season of 13 Reasons Why on Netflix came out. Because when it originally came out, wow, I can't talk. I was a little too young to be reading that kind of book, but my sister did have it and she did read it. And then last year on my birthday, 2017, I was like, what the heck, why not? I'm gonna get it. So I got it. And it's really good, and if I'm gonna read you the description, but I don't think you need it, but I'm gonna read it anyway. The story of a young high school student as she descends into despair brought on by betrayal and bullying accumulated with her suicide. She details the 13 reasons why in an audible diary which is mailed to a friend 2 weeks after her death. And since that's not... So yeah, I guess since that's not a great description, like, everyone who was on that tape got to listen to it, and then they had to pass it on to the next person, if that makes any sense. So next up is the Divergent series by Veronica Roth. I have read the first 2 books. They were wonderful. I still have yet to read the last 2 books. I actually started reading them, I think, like last year. I know I'm late to the game, the party, whatever. But I had other books to read, guys. I had Binge and Girl Online to read. Sorry. But yeah. So far so good. I really like them. So here is the description for Divergent, which is the very first book. This novel is the first of the Divergent trilogy, a series of young adult novels set in the Divergent universe. The novel Divergent features a post-apocalyptic version of Chicago and follows Beatrice Trish Porter as she explores her identity within the society that defines its citizens by their social and personality related affiliations with 5 factions, which removes the threat of anyone expressing independence, and threatening the population safety. Underlying the action of dystopian forces' main plot is the romantic subplot between Trish and one of her instructors in the Dauntless faction, nicknamed 4. Wow. Okay. Also, sorry if I mispronounce any of these words. I'm not the greatest pronouncer of words in the world. But yeah, there's that. Like I said, I really liked them. Next up is a book that actually Zoe Sugg, remember the girl from the first one? Yeah. She recommended it to me, not personally, but she, I think for like the last 2 or 3 summers, has done like a book of the month club or whatever, and she like reads a bunch of books, and then she picks a certain amount, and she's like, I love these books, you should go read them. And in the UK, like, they get special new covers and stuff. In the US they don't, but still. Anyway, and I feel like it's like maybe a reduced price, I don't know, because I've never been to the UK, but in her first one, she recommended All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. which I finally got to read this past year and a half. I don't remember. It was either last year or the year before that I got it for my birthday. Because I had been wanting to read it for a really long time because she said it was really good. And then I went to Barnes & Noble and I read the back of the book and the description. I was like, ooh, that's really good, but I don't got money right now. And so on my birthday, I was like, go for it, girl. I talked really fast. I'm very sorry. Anyway, so here we go. Here's the description. Oh goodness. Okay. Theodore Finch is fascinated by death. Every day he thinks of ways he might die, but every day he also searches for and manages to find something to keep him here and alive and awake. Violet Markey lives for the future, counting the days until graduation when she can escape her small Indiana town and her aching grief in the wake of her sister's death. When Finch and Violet meet on the ledge of the bell tower at school 6 stories above the ground, it's unclear who saved whom. So, it's only with Violet that Finch can be himself, and it's only with Finch that Violet forgets to count away the days and start living them. But as Violet's world grows, Finch's begins to shrink. Sounds like a thriller, don't it? Also, what I really love about this book is there's 2 perspectives. So there's Finch's perspective and there's Violet's perspective, and they're like altering. So like one chapter is Finch, the next chapter is Violet, and I really like that about the book. Next up is An Abundance of Catherines by John Green, who is one of my favorite authors of all time. Him and Gail Forman. And I love all of his books, but only 2 made it onto this list because there's just so many other great books. Like, I could make a whole video on why John Green and his books are just amazing, but we'll see, maybe. But this one in particular was really good. It's one of the lesser known ones. Like, I feel like Fault in Our Stars and although not all the right places. I'm so silly. Anyway, and Paper Towns are like probably some of the more known John Green books, but An Abundance of Catherines is really good too, and I just finished that one in like March, I think. I don't remember, like February or March, I don't know. But here is the plot. Here's the summary. Colin Singleton, a child prodigy, fears he will not maintain his genius as an adult over the span of his life. Colin has dated 19 girls named Catherine, all spelled the same. After being dumped by his girlfriend Catherine 19, Colin is longing to feel whole and longing to matter. He hopes to become a genius by having a eureka moment. After graduating from high school, before college, Colin's best and only friend convinces him to go on a road trip to take his mind off the breakup. Colin goes hoping to find his eureka moment. After driving from Chicago to Tennessee, they visit supposed resting place of someone famous. And there they meet Lindsay Lee Wells. And that's all I'm gonna say. So yeah, it's honestly really good, and I couldn't pronounce the name, so I said someone famous, so sorry, but you should probably go look it up. But yeah, there's that one. Like, you should really read it. It's really good. Yeah. Sorry, I'm so bad at descriptions. That's why I employed the internet for this one. Next up is the Hunger Games trilogy by Susan Collins. And, funny story, I only read the Hunger Games to impress a boy in my math class that I sat right next to that I really liked, because he was reading it. So, before I decided to start reading them, like, he was reading them, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll do that, and we'll see, because it was really big then, and I think I was a junior in high school. And so in English, we read the first chapter of The Hunger Games to compare to a short story that we had just read. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'll do it. I go home and my dad is reading the books. And I'm like, hey, can I borrow those? He's like, yeah, you can actually have them. I'm not going to read them again. I'm like, cool, Dad, thanks. So, yeah, that's how I got onto that train. And I just absolutely loved them so much. They aren't for everyone. And they are a little graphic. But they're really, really good. So, as if you need a description, I'm still going to read it to you. So here we go. In the ruins of a place once known as North America lies the nation of Panam? I don't know. A shining capital surrounded by 12 outlying districts. Getting your books mixed up, Megan. The capital is harsh and cruel and keeps the districts in line by forcing them all to send one boy and one girl between the ages of 12 and 18 to participate in the annual Hunger Games, a fight to the death on live TV. Katniss is a 16-year-old girl living with her mother and younger sister in the poorest district of Panam. That remains of what used to be the United States. Long ago, the districts waged wars on the capital and were defeated. As part of the surrendering terms, each district agreed to send one boy and one girl to the Hunger Games. A tyrant rules and level of audience participation may change, but one thing is constant: kill or be killed. When Kat's sister is chosen by lottery, Kat steps up to go in her place without really meaning to. Katniss becomes a contender, but if she is to win, she will have to start making choices and weigh survival against humanity and life against love. So, there's that. Next up is my second book by John Green, and it's Looking for Alaska, and that was the first John Green book I read, and the first one that made me absolutely love John Green. Backstory though, my sister had discovered him first, and one day I came home from college or whatever, and she's like, Megan, you have to read this book. It's called Looking for Alaska. It's really, really good. You need to read it. I'll give it to you. I was like, okay, why would I want to read a book about finding Alaska? That's, like, so stupid. And then she gave it to me, and I read it, and I fell in love. Spoiler alert, it's not actually about the state. It's about a girl named Alaska. So, here is that description. Myles Holt is fascinated by the last famous words and tired of his safe life at home. He leaves for boarding school to seek what a dying poet called the Great Perhaps. Much awaits Myles at Culver Creek, including Alaska Young. Clever, funny, screwed up, and dead sexy, Alaska will put Myles into her labyrinth and catapult, I got it, guys, him into the Great Perhaps. That's all she wrote, guys. And then lastly, but also certainly not least, the book that got me hooked on Gail Forman is the If I Stay series. It's really, really good. It's kind of sad. The movie made me cry, but I absolutely love it so much. So I'm going to read you the description for If I Stay, because there is a second book. But yeah, let's do it. Maya is a very gifted cellist. She has everything she could ever want: a loving family, an adoring boyfriend, an amazing best friend, and an amazing career ahead of her in music. All of that changes suddenly. Maya and her family have a terrible car accident and Maya is rushed to the ICU. Maya is caught between life and death and watches as her family and friends come to visit her in the hospital she is in. Soon, Mia realizes that she can make the most crucial decision of her life. Wake up to live a life more difficult than she could have imagined, or slip away and die. It's heavy, isn't it? But yeah, that is that description, and her name is Mia, there's Maya. I don't know, Maya, whatever. It's something like that. Take it as you want. But yeah, that is the last book on my top 10 books you should read. Sorry if this video dragged on. If you made it this far, thank you. Give it a thumbs up. Let me know that you are still here. I thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments what your favorite books are, and I'll give them a read. Subscribe if you want to see more of my face and my other videos that are way more fun, I promise. They're not so long and me screwing up words and not being able to read. I promise I know how. I just am not good in front of audiences. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great day, great week, great month, great year, great life, and I hope to see your beautiful, wonderful faces next week for another video. I post them every Friday at 4. Thank you guys so much for watching, and goodbye!